Hi there, I'm Geoff.
And I'm Mandy, and we're reminiscing about a few of our favorite things, and today we're talking about
Our transatlantic voyage on the Queen Mary 2. The reason that we chose to go on a transatlantic trip was, you explain it, Mandy.
It was our 10-year anniversary. We were planning for a long time. We love to cruise, and usually we've gone either to Europe or several times to the Caribbean, and we've enjoyed that. But going on the Cunard, Queen Mary 2, is a much more traditional, elegant experience that we really wanted to do, and it did not disappoint.
The Queen Mary 2 is the world's largest ocean liner. Now, it's not the world's largest cruise ship.
Right.
Queen Mary 2 is specifically designed to go across the ocean.
But this is much more the traditional way of traveling, like people would have before flight took over.
We decided to fly to Europe and come back to the States, and the reason was...
You get more time. If you go the other direction, you actually lose an hour almost every night. We're in this case starting in Europe and going back to North America. We gained an hour almost every day of the trip.
So we flew to London. We spent maybe one day there just doing a little bit of sightseeing. But then you're going to have to get to Southampton, which is about 40 minutes away. So we took the train, which was nice.
I'm on the train. Hopefully it will go to Southampton.
And if not,
we'll go
we're going to go wherever. We got to Southampton. We got a hotel there. There's a couple of really cool things in Southampton to see. They have a very nice nautical museum where you can learn all about the nautical history of Southampton. They have a display about the Titanic.
I don't think it's Southampton. I think it's Southampton.
Southampton. Sorry, I'm not saying
I think it's like one word.
We're Canadian, so you have to forgive us.
So,
but anyways, another thing they had going on there was their little Christmas village.
It was December, right before Christmas. So that was quite charming. You know, in Europe, they really have those Christmas markets in such a nice way.
That's where you board the ship, and that's the last dry land you're going to see for 7 days. All right, let's go see what the ship looks like.
To the ship.
Now, what I really like about the Queen Mary 2 is the interior of the ship is much more traditional. What they say, Mandy, is European people like their ships to look like ships, and North Americans like them to look like kind of mall hotels.
Malls at sea.
But the Queen Mary 2 is much more compact. The foyer entrance looks much more traditional.
It's really wonderful. They have a whole area where you can look at the photos of those famous people. Of course, they had to put Elizabeth Taylor's photo beside Debbie Reynolds. I don't think Debbie would have appreciated that particularly. In case you don't know, that was probably the world's biggest scandal when Elizabeth Taylor stole Debbie Reynolds' husband Eddie Fisher as one of her many husbands. Here's the lower level of the dining hall.
There are a lot of cool things to do on the ship.
There's a planetarium.
The planetarium is cool, but you didn't want to do that because you get nauseous.
I get sick easily, usually from virtual reality. There are lectures every day. And there was a film historian. He talked about Errol Flynn, for example, and had one about Judy Garland. And definitely some variety, and you can learn something and really fill the days in a more educational way, which was nice. We really went for the ballroom. It is a good-sized ballroom. Most of the time when you're on a cruise ship, there are these little nightclub areas with tiny dance floors. So this is a real wood dance floor. And there are a lot more people who enjoy dancing who go on those crossings. They have dance hosts for mostly men, for single women, but there was one woman who was available to dance with men or women. In the day, in the afternoon, they serve afternoon tea, and it's just a very lovely, elegant experience.
What kind of people would enjoy going on the Queen Mary 2 as opposed to, say, one of the Southern Caribbean type ships?
Well, you have to keep in mind there are no ports. Once you get on the ship, that is it. for, I think it was 7 days?
It was 7 days.
7 days. So you're going for the experience of being on the ship, which is totally different from going for the destinations. So you want to relax and settle into this traditional experience of having nice tea, dinners, dancing, there's entertainment, but just relaxing and going with it. You would want to be someone who likes to dress up. I think it's a bit of a waste if you don't like to dress up. There are 3 formal nights. They've got 2 black tie. Actually, 3 were black tie.
Yeah.
And every night is at least semi-formal unless you go to the buffet, but why would you do that? Geoff and I always get a less expensive cabin because we don't spend very much time in the cabin.
We're not rich people.
No, and we like to pretend maybe we are, but we're not. And I don't really see the point, particularly going in December the way we did. Get out there and enjoy the ship. Explore, dress up because that can be a lot of fun. Dance, and make the most of it.
Yeah. So from Geoff
and Mandy,
happy sailing.
and we'll see you soon.